there'd be a lot of poop in my pants. I've seen a 6-foot alligator go swinging through the air and slam into a tree.
These guys are the scientists of the supernatural, lecturers leaving lessons for inquiring laymen. They are applying the scientific method to a world that baffles science.
For real.
They are the cryptids of the corn.
But who else has big black wings and red eyes?
Batman.
Oh, Mothman.
Oh yeah, Mothman.
A great white shark was stolen.
Oh, someone stole a shark?
I got stuff for you don't even know about.
She's a witch. She turned me into a newt.
Who knows? Anything could be possible. Anything could be possible.
It's really big abduction vibes.
Holy moly.
It sounds like you were abducted.
And it just stood up. I mean, it just like kept going and going. And she goes, what the?
Hello, and welcome back to Cryptids of the Corn podcast. I am the great and powerful Mr. E.
And I am J Clone 31.
And today, our special guest is, in fact, a very special guest, a famed author, researcher, and great friend of the show, B Mills. Welcome, B.
Hey, thanks for having me on tonight. How are you guys doing?
Oh, we're living the dream.
Just enjoying every day.
Oh, yeah. Wishing I could sleep. That'll
Yeah,
come
you've
soon.
been busy.
Always. Oh my gosh, always. But we're not here to talk about us today. We're here to talk about you and all of your amazing feats, including running not one, but two of Ohio's massive Bigfoot conferences, festivals, whatever you want to call them.
Both of those.
There, I know. She has one that's one and one that's the other.
Right.
But no, B, we love you, B, and we just want to go over this so everybody at home can come to these festivals, conferences, and stuff and have so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to get into the first one?
Let's go.
Okay, so this would be the Hocking Hills Bigfoot Festival. Now that is April, or not April, oh my gosh.
August.
I believe 4th and 5th, right?
Or the 5th and... Yeah.
4th and 5th. Yeah, Friday, Saturday.
Yep.
So yeah, tell us about this amazing fun event.
Oh, wow. I hatched this brainchild up years ago, during the conference. And it has exceeded my expectations. You know, the whole idea was, how can I get more people, you know, involved and into the crypto world and kind of get them a little bit more exposed to nature and maybe blame Bigfoot for it. And how to get, you know, children and families outside. I mean, COVID took a huge hit on everybody, you know, so I think a lot of people were reintroduced to those old, boring recreational activities of going outside. But why not, you know, celebrate the Sasquatch, give them a home, and have fun doing it. So and you know, also help promote the region. So the whole, you know, Appalachian area. It's just, it last year exceeded any of my expectations. I had no idea, but the response was just so positive, and all the feedback, you know, was really good. And I listened to every single person who had, you know, a comment or a suggestion, because it's only going to make it better. And I think a lot more people are, if nothing else, they have another excuse to go outside. And why not just, you know, work on creating better investigators while we're at it?
100%. And this one, it's massive. Like, I seen pictures. We had listeners sending us pictures. Like, there's people that drove out from, like, Illinois and stuff like that for this. Because Hocking Hills is an amazing region. It's where me and Emily met. We actually had our first date ever at Lake Logan. So that's literally in Logan, where everybody says the Hocking Hills. Like, it's the Hocking Hills exit. It's where the Walmart that has Bigfoot painted all over inside of it at. You know, it's just an amazing region. And there's so much, like, everybody knows Old Man's Cave, but there's so much more than Old Man's Cave. Which, and I'm not saying I don't love Old Man's Cave, but there's a lot of other stuff to do. So how does this event work? Like, I know, so it's a 2-day event, Friday, Saturday. Are there any speakers at this one? Does it cost anything? And then kind of where is it at in the town?
Oh, okay. So the brainchild was, how can I take all these crazy ideas in my head and let everyone enjoy them? So, and I have to work on Monday, so that's why it's a Friday, Saturday thing. I need a day to rest. So sorry, because I know people were like, just have it 3 days. I was like, oh, that's too much. So yes, Friday, Saturday. So we start setting up on Thursday. This year, I actually, and it's just rolling out tomorrow, July 1st, we're going to have a VIP dinner available, hosted by Hocking Hills Tourism and the Logan Theater, which is our venue for our speakers. Now, the street festival is free. I have over 100 vendors, 9 food trucks. We're going to have a squatch and seat that is free. We're going to have a Jeep show on Saturday that is free. We are also going to have a howling contest that is free. And what was the other? There was one more thing. Oh, of course, the Walk Like Squatch. Free.
Squatch.
I know. I'm just like, how many fun things can I pack into this event that is just, it's kind of silly, but I think it's totally fun.
Yeah.
It's
and
fun.
last year, it was great.
Oh, yeah. I know we had friends. We actually had a bunch of people from our town go down. I had my brother's handicap hunt last year, so I couldn't go. But this year, I mean, obviously, we're going.
Yeah.
Because we're one of the vendors.
Right.
But it's going to be so much fun. So for the speakers, are there still tickets available for that?
I do have some seats left. Yes. So we have 9 speakers. Oh my gosh. Regionally and then nationally. So I did update the website. So that's great. And then as an added bonus, God love Cliff Barrickman. He's going to be speaking both Friday night and Saturday. Awesome. So that way, if because I know a lot of folks, talked about their schedule and how can I help make this event better for them. He agreed to speak both nights. So if you don't make it to one, well, you can still catch him on the other one. And Cliff is into so much stuff right now. If you guys keep up with his website, I am so excited. There is no shortage of great information from him.
Yeah, he's always into something like.
And great photos from him, too.
Oh, my gosh. So, Jay, we'll tell you this story real quick, B.
Since we're on
Cliff. At Small Town Monsters a month ago, Jay was
how's that go?
super, super drunk. Doesn't remember this picture. But Cliff grabbed him because Jay has a skullet. He just has the mullet with no other hair. So Cliff grabbed him, took a picture with Jay standing backwards facing the camera, and made it his Instagram head photo for a while.
It was pretty fun.
And Jay didn't know it. Like, I woke up and I checked our Instagram, and we had like 2,400 like tags and stuff like that. And I'm like, what is going on? And then I look, and it's because Cliff Brockman posted the back of Jay's head on his Instagram. So yeah, Cliff's awesome, but Cliff always like we go to a lot of conferences, conventions, that kind of stuff. Cliff's at a lot of them. And it never feels, he's one of those speakers that never feels like it's the same thing twice. It's because he's, like you said, he's always doing something. So that's amazing. Cliff's always so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
Then what else? What else was I going to ask? So I'll have all the links for all that below. We are staying at, what is it called? The Comfort Campground right there at Lake Logan. We rented a cabin. I won't tell everybody at home which number.
Yeah, you keep that.
I'll give Jay's address out, though.
You already have.
But no, so there's plenty of, like, depending on where everybody wants to stay, like, there's downtown stuff. So we were just looking at Airbnb for some of our listeners this week for it. There's, like, stuff you can stay in downtown Logan. I mean, it's Hocking Hills. There's literally a cabin every 15 feet you can rent. Do you have any suggestions where you think people would like to stay? Like, any, like, things you think of?
I think the area is really dynamic. So it just kind of depends on what kind of adventure you want to have. So I forgot to mention that we're also having a night hike on Saturday, which is at the old Moonville Tunnel.
Woo!
It's a little now that's one of the events that is off the site. It is down in Zaleski State Forest next to Lake Hope. But the area is absolutely phenomenal. And our host, Jeanette Quackenbush, she was a speaker last year. She's a very underrated authority on the area. She lives right there. And she is constantly out in the field. So there's cabins to choose from. There's hotels to choose from. There are Airbnbs to choose from. There is, oh my gosh. It's pretty much just whatever you want.
Yeah.
I mean, camping's available. It's just, I know things in town are getting a little full right now. So, but even, if you just came down for the day and stayed, somewhere maybe Nelsonville or decided to go remote packing or something, it's a free for all.
There you go. So there's and then like you said, the campgrounds and stuff. There's 3 of them right there, and then there's a bunch of them when you go a little further outside that circle. But literally, Logan itself has 3 campgrounds inside town. It's kind of crazy, but awesome and crazy in a fun way. There's a lot of options to stay at. I'm glad we found that cabin. We like to camp or tent camp, but with the baby, it's not an option right now. Gotta wait a little bit for that.
Give him a few more weeks. He'll be ready.
A few more weeks. But yeah, this one's gonna be. So what's this? Yeah, so the Squatch and Seek. Do people have to pre-register for that?
Nope.
So why don't you tell everybody what that is for everybody that may not know?
It is, it's like a seek and find. I'm going to put clues. I have an information tent. That was a huge suggestion and an epic fail last year. I love learning opportunities.
Yeah.
Yes. So there will be an official information booth, tent, that is going to be set up. And I have a map I'm working on right now. I just paused for you guys. I'm working on the map so everyone knows where everything is. So all you have to do is stop by the information tent, pick up this crazy little index card, and I will be posting the clues.
Okay.
There is a sign up that it's available because we're just going to have random raffles and prizes. So in order to make the Squatch and Seek a little more squatchy, I guess, there will be a competition. So the first person to come back with all the clues found on either Saturday or Sunday will get a cash prize.
Woo.
I know. But I understand when you've got baby strapped to you, you can't move as fast. So anyone who comes back before 4:00 on Friday or Saturday will receive a little prize.
That's awesome.
All right.
This is so much fun. There's so much interaction.
Yeah.
I think a lot of there's a lot of conferences we go to all of them all over, and a lot of them are like cookie cutters. It's all kind of the same thing, just a different place. But this one is a lot of fun, a lot of activities outside, running around, hunting down Sasquatch, the night hike. So we've been to Moonville. We love Moonville.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that was me and Jay's first excursion together as a team.
I think
was
you're
Moonville.
correct. Yeah.
And so Moonville's so much, and it's as long as you don't go on Halloween night, it's super creepy. Halloween night is the time it's not very creepy because they have all the pretty lights up, and so it's okay, it feels like you're in the ballroom.
Right. Yeah. It doesn't get that spooky factor.
Spooky. But no, this is gonna be a lot of fun. So I'll have all the links below for everybody. Please come out to this one. This is gonna be killer. We're going to be there, so what other reason do you really need?
Right, yeah, just see
No,
us.
but there's going to be so many people. A lot of our vendor friends are going to be there. And like you said, 100 vendors? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's going to be huge.
That's a lot of people. Just a lot of vendors. Hopefully we sell the T-shirts. Then we don't
the wait list is extensive, and I feel awful having to tell people I'm full, but
If you're out of
yeah.
space, you're out of space. I mean, there ain't no
100's a lot.
100's a lot.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So yeah, almost everyone who I think almost everyone who was there last year is coming back.
Awesome.
And the quality and the just uniqueness of the vendors that we have is just it's awesome. I mean, these folks and almost a lot of it is handmade. So I mean, in a weird way, was afforded the opportunity to review the applications, with my committee, and I mean, you will not be disappointed by the merch.
I can't wait. And then I know some of the vendors are going to be there, like Melissa and Zach Bales, our good old buddies.
Haven't seen them in a while.
I know I was harassing Melissa, or she actually harassed me first because she's like, "You're from Ohio, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Where should we stay?" I'm like, "Oh, here's some hotels and stuff like that, right nearby."
Nice.
But yeah, it's gonna be so much fun. Do you have how many people do you have an estimate that were there last year?
12 or 11,500 people.
That's so big. That's so
Right.
many people.
Well, let's get some more this year.
I think our goal is 23,000.
No pressure. No pressure.
No, it's gonna be awesome. And then we only heard good things about it last year. We had, like I said, we had people from Ada, like the little town we're from, go down there. It's and then like I said, we know some of the listeners from Illinois went down and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a really fun one.
So we wanted to go last year, but neither of us could make it.
Yeah,
So
you were in Minnesota, and I had the handicap hunt.
So I'm really excited to go down there this year and experience it.
Yes, I can't wait. And then, but you're not a one-trick pony, are you? You can't just have one of these things. You have a second one. So why don't we talk about that one for a minute?
The original gangster.
The OG.
The OG of the Hocking Hills Bigfoot.
That's right.
The Hocking Hills Bigfoot Conference. And this one is at Big Brothers Big Sisters Camp, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, Camp Odiaqua, right there just nestled in the heart of the Hocking Hills.
I think I pronounced it right last night. We were being interviewed on another podcast last night, and we were promoting it. And so Emily texted me the name of the camp, and I think I pronounced it right.
I think you did.
Because I was drinking, and I read it really fast, and I think I made it work. I made it sound correct.
Yeah.
But no, this one, we were there last year. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, why don't you tell us who you got there this year and all that kind of fun stuff, and how do people get tickets, the camping?
This event is a little bit more intimate, and this is kind of like my baby event. So it is at Camp Odiaqua, the Big Brothers Big Sisters camp. It's the last one in the United States. So being that it's Big Brothers Big Sisters, they do a ton for kids. They do educational programs, school programs. They do have a summer camp. So back in 2015, my gosh, that's been a minute.
9 or
8 years ago.
8, yeah.
Wow, I reached out to them, being the volunteer naturalist in the Hocking Hills region, and they said go for it. And so this event supports the camper scholarships. So every penny that comes in goes to the camper scholarships.
Awesome.
Just to help get more kids there, because what they provide for the children and the youth is just unbelievable. And yeah, so anything I can do. So this year it is going to be a one-nighter. It's going to be a Saturday all day, Saturday overnight, and then Sunday. So I'm changing up the format a little bit. I know a lot of folks had a hard time coming in after work on Friday. It gets dark earlier in September. So, yep, blast it out Saturday. We're going to have more workshops. We're going to have more presentations. So the presentations are going to start right around noon and kind of go till about 5 or 6. And then we're going to have dinner. And if you are spending the night, make sure you come rested because we will be out in the field.
That's awesome.
Ooh.
Awesome. And then what weekend is this?
This is the weekend of the 23rd and 24th of September. So it's the weekend after Mothman. I finally got the date switched over. COVID kind of screwed up the date. I had to push it to October, but it's traditionally been the weekend after Mothman.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
The weather is typically gorgeous. It's still in the mid 70s, gets down to like maybe the mid 50s at night. Knock on wood, it doesn't rain either. So we're going to have beautiful autumn skies, and it is just some of those little, well, you went on that hike last year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
With the playing in that big cave. That was nuts.
Yeah, that was really
that's just one tiny portion of what's there.
That was like such an amazing experience because Bee's just like, yeah, come on. I'm like, I got a bad knee. Like, oh, is it going to be an okay hike? She's like, oh, yeah, it's fine. Don't worry. And then we slide down a hill, and then we would go down into a cave, and then, but it was 100% worth it. Like,
Hit the
it was gorgeous.
bungee jump down this gully.
Yeah, I had to take an eagle down. No, it was gorgeous. And then I remember Mike's cigarette smoke scaring us when we had the grid up.
Oh, that's right.
We were all sitting there. We set up. So everybody at home that don't know, like it's like the laser grid, so you can see stuff moving that you maybe couldn't normally see. Literally, we set it up like a minute later. It looks like a human is walking through the middle of it that's invisible,
Like a ghost.
like a ghost. We're like, everybody was just sitting there,
In awe.
quiet, staring at it. Like, is everybody seeing this? Are we like, what are we? And then we realized it was Mike's cigarette smoke that was like, oh, okay, we're all like ready. But no, this is so much fun. Like, we love this one. So how much is it? And then if people want to camp, how do they get a hold of you to do that?
Oh, actually, I am putting the registration up for tomorrow as well.
Okay.
I'm a little behind on that. So it's going to be $90 for the entire overnight, all-inclusive food, workshops, night ops, so the whole 9 yards.
So
and that does include the camping. So you just really need to just, bring a tent.
right. So
If you just want to come for the conference bit and the workshops, it's going to be $50. That's it.
like, I don't know where.
And you still get fed.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the other thing is you don't have to leave for food. You guys got food. Like there's stuff there. Like you don't gotta leave, and it's so much fun. This one it rained all last year for us, and we still had a ball.
Yeah.
There's me and Jay's and Emily's tent out in the corner, and then it just was like it was so much fun. It was raining. We set up a little awning, rained the whole time, and we had a ball, yelling at Wild Bill all weekend and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah.
It's just so much, but so it's $90, and that includes camping and food, which is awesome. I mean, for $90, it's $30-$40 a night to camp in the campground.
Right. You can't beat that.
Yeah. And then what was I going to ask you? So tell us about some of the speakers you got lined up.
Well, one of the speakers actually is new to the area,
Oh yeah.
and she was a curator for a museum. I'm trying to think of how it goes because I don't have her bio in front of me. I'm sorry.
No, I asked you to fly.
Oh, no, you're fine. But the museum, like the area she curated for, was actual real animals and creatures that weren't supposed to exist that were proven to exist.
Okay.
Ooh, that'll be
so
a fun
former
one.
cryptids. She was a curator of former cryptids.
Right, but it was like it's a legit museum. I think it was in Philadelphia.
It's probably.
or-
Oh, I think it's at the relic. It's the Relic Species Museum or something like that. Maybe.
I think you're right.
Like
Yeah.
Relic Species is. I think I'm trying to remember. I feel like I know this one, but like I said, everybody at home knows I haven't slept in like 4 weeks now. So who knows? But yeah, no, that's amazing. Lady after my own heart.
Right.
That's awesome.
So I think she'll bring a really unique perspective to our own pursuit of Bigfoot, and just
Right.
like show the different, like the other side, coming from more of the museum piece of
Yeah.
it. So I really think that we'll have a lot to learn from that. And if nothing else, it'll make you feel like we still have a shot.
I love it.
We do. We do have a shot.
Yeah. So, and then, well, I still have to roll that out too. But I would like to introduce one of my speakers, who has been a friend of the conference and sponsor, and is a very dynamic gentleman. Just wow, the stories and the knowledge that he knows that he's going to bring to this event. Wow. I'm not even sure, like, I overheard a conversation he had with another gentleman, and it almost sounded like a foreign language to me. And I realized I don't really know that much. Bigfoot all day. UFOs, okay. I still remember some of that. But this gentleman blew me out of the water. So if it's okay, I'd like to just go ahead and make this announcement.
Yeah.
So, welcome, speaker 2023 to the Hocking Hills Bigfoot Conference, Mr. Justin England.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh my gosh. Turn the tables. Oh, now I'm blushing. I literally am. Oh, thank you, B.
I am
appreciate
so
it.
excited for your presentation.
Oh gosh, now
Wow.
there's pressure.
No pressure.
No, thank you,
No
B.
pressure.
We're so excited. I guess Jay gets the easy job of just sitting and watching.
Yeah, I'll do that.
No, thank you for. I didn't know you were talking about me. Really, thank you. Dang it! Now she's got me all flustered.
Your head's swollen.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Now the headphones don't fit. No, we're super excited. We love everything you do, and it's everything you put on is so much fun. And this one, like you said, it's charity. You know, it's amazing. And I got some pretty cool stuff planned, I think, especially from the days I used to work for a company called Midwest Biodiversity Institute, and I got some stuff saved back from working that days for this conference. So this will be good because I don't share that. Like, I share some of that stuff, but I got to be careful what I share on the podcast for legal reasons. But out of the conference, it's a little different,
Right, yeah.
especially if I may be drinking out of a cup. Certain liquids, it's easier. Information flowing. No, thank you, B. I'm stoked. It's gonna be so much fun. So, now I'm all flustered. What questions you got about the conference, or what do you think everybody at home should know?
Oh, well, we went last year. We did, the Bigfoot casting
That
thing
was so
for
fun.
That's where I learned how to do Bigfoot casting. Was at this conference last year. So I think there's going to be something, and we also did like a nature hike too. That was just awesome. I learned a lot on that as well. So it's definitely a conference. Like you said, it's more intimate. There's a lot less people there. You're up close and personal with everybody. So it's a lot more personal and more enjoyable experience than just being bombarded with tens of thousands of people. This one's a bit smaller scale, so it's a little bit more enjoyable in my opinion. And we had a blast last year, so I'm really looking forward to doing it all again this year.
Yeah, this is always one of our must-go-to conferences.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no matter what, we make it work because it's so much fun. So how many tickets are there total for this event?
Total tickets, I have 150.
Like, see, guys, that's not a lot of people.
Right.
You can get in on this and fill it out. And then you're going to meet everybody. You're going to talk to everybody.
Yeah, like last year we were, shaking hands and rubbing elbows with Wild Bill all day.
He
all
picked
weekend.
me up. He picked me up.
Yeah.
I don't like to be off the ground. I'm 300 pounds. Like,
Oh gosh.
He's a little shorter than me, so he ran up and just picked me up in a hug, and thank you for the hug, Bill, but
Yeah, that leverage advantage.
yeah, oh gosh, I was flying. But no, it's going to be so much fun. So all the tickets are on the website, correct? And I'll post all that, like the links to everything.
Yep, it'll be live tomorrow morning.
Yeah, so this comes out Wednesday, the 5th. So everything should be live for everything by then.
Oh, yeah.
Anything you want to add for the conferences?
For the conference, but I had to actually, yeah, I do. I have things to add. So, the festival in August, I would like to invite all military personnel, friends, and family this year. One of my speakers, Mr. Ron Howies from Pennsylvania, he's want to help kind of support his initiative, and that's why I asked him to speak. There will be a gentleman coming down from Wolf Radio out of Ravenna, Ohio on Friday, who is going to do a call to the colors. So really want to support and help our military and our veterans as much as possible this year and every year. But, anything that I feel like the Bigfoot can help, especially with his endeavors, I'm 100% behind. So open invite to the opening ceremony on Friday, August 4th at 10 a.m. at Worthington Park in Logan, Ohio. And that will be the official kickoff for the 2023 Hocking Hills Bigfoot Festival. So thank you for that. And for the conference, if you really want to know what kind of atmosphere to expect from the Hocking Hills Conference at Camp Odiaqua, the focus is on exploration, education, and fun. So that is my goal for everyone if you come to one of these events down here. So
And
thank you.
I think you do them exactly like that. I think they are educational. I think they are fun. It's so much. We love it. Now, before we wrap up, at the beginning, I introduced you as an acclaimed author. So why don't you tell everybody about your book, and everybody at home, there will be a link to purchase said book, and I advise you do. So please, Bea, tell us about your writing achievements.
It was a lot harder than I thought. I'll just say that. Ever since I was like in grade school, I was like, I want to grow up and be a writer. I love writing because I was kind of a nerd and, lived in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of a cornfield with a patch of woods. But it was a lot harder than I thought. So thank you. I'm blushing now. You tearing the table on me.
Yep. That's a trade-off.
So the title is Bigfoot, a Methodology of Madness. Because Bigfoot is kind of madness. It's
Yes.
There's a lot of rabbit holes you can go down, and how involved you want to get into the crypto field is entirely up to you. But the majority of the book was written surrounding my 5-year investigation on the Hocking Fairfield County border here in Ohio that kind of broke history, and also was the reason I was awarded the 2019 Bigfooter of the Year award from the Bigfoot Times. So the book does not focus on every event that happened over those 5 years, because that's called a novel. This would be a novella. Okay. So what I did with this book was kind of break it down into the methodologies that I used for the evidence collection.
Okay.
So, and it starts off with square one. You gotta know your area. So it's not exactly a how-to book, but when I go and do presentations, a lot of folks say, "Well, how did you do that?" But then I think it's one thing to say, "Well, this is how I did it," but to give, at least I come from the medical field, I want to know why.
Mm.
Why do you do it like that? Does that even make sense? Is it purposeful? What's why?
Right.
So I included the actual, not just how, but the why behind it. And if nothing else, I mean, it's very fact based. It's very, there's a lot of opportunities for you to go down your own personal rabbit hole of learning and investigative techniques. But it covers everything from map making to land navigation to knowing your types of woods, floras, faunas, native to your region, how to find a region, things to look for. And then it gets a little more technical as we get into the investigation that I was working on, to casting different types of materials, how to document your evidence, things to look for. And I just had a conversation with Daniel Perez this week. And my standard of excellence for documenting a Bigfoot site, especially in the event of a track line, would be Bob Titmus and the Bluff Creek Project. The documentation that Bluff Creek Project, that's what came after. You can read all about it with Mr. Lederman and Stephen Strayford's book, 2022 Bigfooters of the Year. But the documentation for his investigation of the Patterson-Gimlin site, that the Bluff Creek Project, worked on, elaborated on, and recreated truly out in the field with stakes, markers, the whole 9 yards. Knowing your history and that kind of standard. And then, I even mentioned, the London Trackway with Cliff's documentation on methods for documenting trackways. I mean, just little things like that, just to help people who are interested in getting out in the field and looking for Bigfoot. Just little investigative techniques that people can take home and use for themselves, just to make their evidence collection that much better. Because, I mean, if you're going to do it right. You don't get second chances. And maybe someone who reads the book will be the one to crack the case.
There you go.
Right.
So everybody, buy the book.
I can only hope.
No, it's there's a lot of people that, especially, I did DNA collecting. I did, for a living, I did endangered species surveys and that kind of stuff. And there's a lot of young or new Bigfooters that go out and talk about some of the stuff, and just like you see them collecting evidence, you're like, well, that's not worth anything now, or because they have the hiccups, they have the growing pains to get through. So this book's amazing help. But everybody at home, you should read it. You should give it a read from an Ahia gal.
That's right.
No, Miss B. Mills does everything in this state, it seems like. Always speaking, always all the conferences, writing, research. How do you sleep? Like, I didn't think so. Well,
there's too much I want to do.
Yeah.
We want to thank you for coming on and sharing about the conferences that we will all, we're all going to be at both of them, and then about the book and stuff like that. We look forward to seeing everybody at home, out and about at these conferences and festivals. You all should come to both.
Yeah, if you got time in your schedule to get out there and go, I highly, highly recommend it.
And then bring some money to the Hocking Hills Bigfoot Conference, because it's all for a good cause. It's a charity cause. Because last year, there's are you doing the silent auction again this year?
I'll have to go through the closet and see what leftovers I have.
Well, we'll
Unless
bring
anyone
stuff,
wants
too.
to donate anything.
If anybody wants to donate anything, you can get a hold of B through the website, or you can get a hold of us, and you can always mail to us, and we'll take it to B. But please, the silent auction stuff helps sell out a lot. I bid on a lot of stuff and won last year because I have problems with auctions. Just how it works. I have issues. But no, it's an amazing thing. So thank you, B, for coming on. Now, before we cut you loose, we like to end all these episodes a certain way. We're going to count down from 3 and all scream bye, and then the outro will play. You ready?
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Crypts of the Corn podcast.
Please share with a friend you think would like us. It's the best way to help our show grow.
Leave a comment, rate us, a 5-star review, and remember, there is always extra content on Patreon/cryptsofthecorn.com.
And don't forget, stay magical.
That happens. Yeah, you used to be flustered. That's weird.
What?
My headphones. I think you're still recording. Nope, hold.